Kelsey Banks, a 125-pound keg of dynamite from Chicago. The '87 world champion is a featherweight and this festival's winner in '85 and '86. She is also a double gold winner in Baton Rouge and Houston. She is 25-year-old Michelle Mitchell of Deerfield Beach, Florida, and dives 33 feet at 30 miles per hour. Brian Boitano began his ice skating career on roller skates at age 5. The U.S. Olympic Festival, it's live, it's next. Hi again, everybody. I'm Jim Kelly, and welcome to the Raleigh Civic Center, site of the boxing action at this year's U.S. Olympic Festival. 48 boxers are here from all over the country in this major stepping stone to Seoul. Of the 9 gold gathered in Los Angeles, 7 came from this Olympic Festival, and the talent this year is that deep indeed. They have 3 current world champions are here. And, of course, as you look at the boxing talent and the depth, you have to recognize that every once in a while someone jumps out of the pack, leaps out, in fact, to pull that one shining moment in the sun, to steal the limelight and pull the upset. The real fun part, you never know who it's going to be that pulls up the upset, who has that magic amount of talent left for that dramatic upset. And speaking of talent, Gail Gardner alongside our co-host for another 8 nights. And you've got some more to talk about.
We really do have some wonderful competition coming up in 2 other areas. First of all, women's 10-meter platform diving. The prohibitive favorite there, of course, is Michelle Mitchell, the Olympic silver medalist. She has twice won the gold in that event in the last 2 festivals, and she is really the heavy favorite here. But there is some very, very stiff competition, some other divers. You should see quite a battle, at least for 2nd and 3rd place in that. Also, we have figure skating, the completion of the figure skating program. We will see the men's and the women's long program, and we will also see the dance couple. And, of course, in that regard, you're going to see some of the top names in figure skating. You'll see Jill Trenery, you'll see Karen Kadavy, you'll see Brian Boitano. So lots ahead this evening. We will be back with boxing and an interesting match, a couple of young boxers. So let's take a break. Jim Kelly and I will be back with the Olympic Festival right after this. The boxing semifinals continuing tonight. We would like to reiterate how completely excellent the talent at this festival is, and of course it's young talent that needs to be protected and brought along, and there are very stringent safety measures that are taken in terms of the young talent. They wear headgear, they wear mouth guards, there are standing 8 counts, and of course the referees are really instructed to watch very closely what is going on, and if in any way they think they might see a mismatch of any sort where one of the boxers might be getting hurt, they will just walk in and stop things immediately. And we've got a classic bout coming up in our first match tonight too, Gail. Kind of a neighborhood bout, if you will, because both were from St. Louis. They fought each other 5 times. I'm talking about Eddie Cook and Arthur Johnson. Arthur holds the 3-2 advantage, but the last time they fought, well, Arthur was fighting at 106 pounds. This time he's up to 112 pounds. So that's our first bout. Let's swing behind us here ringside to a man who's already won a gold medal in this festival, the man who'll call the action, Al Bernstein. He gets the gold for most popcorn consumed.
Well, thank you, Jim. We are ready for our 2nd night of the boxing semifinals here at the Raleigh Civic Center. And if last night's was memorable, tonight could be just as good, if not better. You remember last night we had some surprises. We saw an upset in our very first bout. Brian Lannon, a 2-time champion, was beaten by young Eric Griffin. And U.S. amateur champion Charles Murray, thought to be a star at this competition, was upset by Anthony Suggs. And Anthony Hembrook delighted his Fort Bragg Army buddies here in North Carolina by getting a very narrow win over Darren Allen, a world champion. And tonight, you're going to see some people you've seen before at an Olympic festival. Starting with our first matchup between Arthur Johnson and Eddie Cook. They will be fighting at 112 pounds. They've met each other before, as Jim said, and this should be an excellent bout. Moving ahead to 125, Kelsey Banks. Yes, if you watched any Olympic Festival boxing action before, you know that he is a 2-time champion, taking on Vernon McGriff, whom he beat earlier this year, but it was a very tough match. That should be a good one. And in the 139-pound division, Nick Koukouris, a 2-time champion here and 3-time U.S. amateur champion, taking on a man who has a style very much like him. Arthur Martinez and Koukouris, both very aggressive. They may get in the center of the ring and battle it out for 3 straight rounds. And what might be the best match of the evening, big punching Bomani Parker against Andrew Maynard. They have met once before. Maynard won it in the U.S. Amateurs this year. It was a brawl and a very narrow win for Andrew Maynard. It should be a good one. The crowd is pumped up, that's for sure. And we're ready for our opener, Arthur Johnson against Eddie Cook. Let's go to the ring announcer.
In bout number 1, 112 pounds. In the red corner, representing the North team from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Arthur Johnson. And in the blue corner, representing the United States Army, Fort Hood, Texas, Eddie Cook. And the East team, Eddie Cook.
And there you see Eddie Cook, one of the young men, and there's a man that you know, Sugar Ray Leonard. That's what the big ovation was for. He has made a surprise appearance here at the Olympic Festival, scouting a bit, I guess. You know, he's always interested in amateur boxers. He's got all kinds of youth programs going on, and he is, of course, a well-known figure to this crowd, and why not? But it's amateur boxing tonight, and we're set to kick off with what could be a very, very excellent matchup. And we're into round 1. The left-hander is Eddie Cook in the blue. He has fought at 112 pounds pretty regularly in the last few years. Arthur Johnson, the right-hander, has moved up to this weight division. Jim Kelly mentioned that they had battled each other 5 times in St. Louis in competitions leading into amateur national competition. Johnson was 3-2, but Arthur says quite candidly, those bouts are not an indication of what we're about. He said, I think I can do much better against Eddie Cook. He said, I think this is an easy fight. I've progressed much more since then. Well, presumably so has Eddie Cook. We'll see. Cook, a very aggressive fighter, likes to go to the body. Walks into a couple of left hooks by Arthur Johnson. Johnson skipped the, good right hand by Johnson. Johnson skipped the Olympic Festival last year to box in the Goodwill Games and was named outstanding boxer in that competition, and of course won. Good shots by Eddie Cook. He's walking in the counter punches, but walking right through them. They have not seen each other in a ring since 1983. Johnson with his hands very low, but is still landing well. Ray Cartier is the referee. Stop! Box! Eddie Cook working to the body of Arthur Johnson. Stop! He is an excellent body puncher. Box! Eddie Cook trying to get inside. Good right hook by Eddie Cook. He is pressing Arthur Johnson. Johnson is counterpunching extremely well. And in the first round, in which we're seeing both boxers do what they do best, it's been an excellent first round. There's the hook by Arthur Johnson and a straight right hand. So he is making Eddie Cook pay for every piece of that ring that he can get in close to him. Well, sitting at my side now, a gentleman that you may have a passing familiarity with, Sugar Ray Leonard, who made a surprise appearance here, is nice enough to sit in and join us a little bit on the commentary. Good to see you, Ray, and congratulations on your win.
Thanks, Al. How you doing, by the way?
I'm doing fine. This is an outstanding match between Arthur Johnson and Eddie Cook. Really two excellent amateur boxers.
Well, one thing about it, Al, this helps me to reminisce about my amateur days, and watching these kids is a real joy for me.
Left hand by Eddie Cook. Just about to close down in round 1. And we'll get a chance in between rounds here to chat with Sugar Ray and ask him how he happened to wend his way down to the Olympic Festival. A terrific round 1, and with Arthur Johnson feels he did well, but I'm sure Eddie Cook thinks he did well as also. And here is Sugar Ray joining me. And Ray, when you come down to competitions like this, what primarily is your purpose? Just to take a look at the young talent, or what?
Well, I guess it's no secret, Al, that now I'm interested in managing kids. I entered a relationship with Coors, and we want to form a Coors Sugar Ray Leonard boxing team, professional team. And it basically is just to come here to see young, fresh talent. I'm not here to encourage guys to become professional fighters, but again, give them an alternative if they don't decide to reach out for the goal of being an Olympic fighter.
You talked about how this is reminiscent for you and probably brings back lots of memories. This kind of a competition, the Olympic Festival, is important to push ahead the careers of these boxers. How much pressure do they feel at a festival like this?
Well, it's a great deal of pressure. First of all, it gives them ranking, and also it gives them the necessary experience to deal with the international competition.
Okay, and they've got a great field here tonight to look at. And Ray, if you want to sit in with us for another round, you're welcome to. Or you want to get back to your seat, I'll bet. All right, we'll let you go. Thanks a lot. Okay. Ray Leonard down here scouting, and there are a lot of people down here scouting, both amateur and professional, but clearly the purpose of this is simply the competition in and of itself to win here at the Olympic Festival. We move into round 2. Eddie Cook in the blue, Arthur Johnson in the black, and Eddie Cook is doing a great job of working to the body of Arthur Johnson. Good straight right by Johnson. And if Arthur Johnson thought this was going to be an easy bout, I think he may be thinking differently now. It has not been easy. Eddie Cook has been fighting off his chest for about a round and a half now, giving him trouble. Good hook by Johnson. And the uppercut. The uppercut becoming a very important weapon for Arthur Johnson. There it is again. He is able to land that uppercut almost at will. Good body work again by Eddie Cook, and I'll tell you, it has almost come down to the question of, is Johnson landing more to the head or Cook to the body? Right hand hurts Eddie Cook, but he comes forward nevertheless. Johnson landing big right hand. Just as the referee was about to give a standing 8 count, Cook went down from another right. 6, 7, 8. Right? 2 former Olympic Festival champions, but right now it's Arthur Johnson who looks like he's moving ahead. Good hook by Johnson. Eddie Cook is still in trouble. Hey! Johnson, the reigning U.S. amateur champion at 112, and he's showing you why. Good hook again. Arthur Johnson has found a home for the left hook. Cook still concentrating on the body. He's paying dearly for that. Good left hand by Eddie Cook. Well, in round 2, Arthur Johnson unloaded his arsenal, but Eddie Cook is still there, despite the fact that he was knocked down once. Just as last night, we've got a sizzler to kick things off. Eddie Cook will try and regroup, and he does it with a big left hand. Hey, stay for round 3. It's going to be good. Here's the knockdown in the last round. The referee was stepping in when Johnson nailed Cook with the right hand, but the referee was stepping in to give a standing 8 count, so would have had, in effect, in the scoring, the same results, except Eddie Cook wouldn't have been hit with that one big right. Remember, though, right at the end of the round, Cook landed a good straight left hand that rocked Johnson. But remember also that in amateur competition, presumably, and I say that advisedly, one punch is the same as the next, no matter how much force it has, as long as it lands legally. So those big punches shouldn't count any more than a jab. Good straight left again by Cook, and another. Arthur Johnson still landing left hooks, but now he is slapping with that punch. It's not as good a punch as it was in the second round. Give Eddie Cook lots of credit after being rocked and rocked badly.